Oh, my name's Brendan. I'm a year 11 from Whakatane High. So the students were split into groups of their areas. So the Whakatane High School students went together, Karikat went together, like that. They all drew a map of their area, a bird's eye view of what they want to see the town like in 10 years. With this, they came up with the ideas of why they wanted these ideas and whether these would increase the people moving to the area. Each group then gave their ideas to the full group, and we came up with 4 ideas that were common threads between the presentations. We came up with the 4 ideas of education, renewable and sustainable energy, reserves and parks, and ecotourism. In the education sector, students were looking at moving into the future with upgrading school facilities and more technology. They were talking about how we're in the technological age and we have endless possibilities. Also, they talked about having more workshops for teachers just to keep increasing the teaching standard and constant reviews of the school system, as well as keeping the class, the teacher to student ratio low. The renewable and sustainable energy. The students were looking quite a lot into wind farming and waves generation. So with wind farming, we have the kaimais above Tauranga, in which we could use that. But if we didn't want to take up land space with these wind farms, we could always do what they've done in Denmark and use wind farming out in the ocean. Also for the ocean, we have wave generation. We could have a wave generation farm out on the east coast. Rather use these more sustainable resources than oil rigging. Another point was for all private homes in the next 10 years to be solar powered, and then for the towns and the region to become carbon neutral. The next point is the reserves and parks. So right above us, we have the Ahopi Reserve. This is a great reserve, and it is very vital to the Kiwi Encounter project. We need more reserves like this around the region. Yes, we've got an expanding amount of population and we'll have more growth, but we need to remember that there's natural areas. Then we also need more marine reserves. We have a marine reserve right up here, and stuff like that. But we need more protection of the east coast. With the talks of offshore oil drilling, we couldn't even handle the arena. And then green space. Whakatane is being known as one of the most green spaced areas of New Zealand. It has been proven that green space increases one's work ethic and is good for mental health. Having the planting of native trees around towns and cities, it just increases everyone's mood really. And then through ecotourism. So the Bay of Plenty is a beautiful area. It has everything. It has the ocean, it has mountains, it has bush and walk. We can use this for bushwalks and cycle tracks. Also, again, green space. It'll just make the area more appealing. And finally, a big thing was botanical gardens like the Hamilton Gardens. Something like that, in which we can have art gardens as well, which will feature local artists. And finally, there was always the thought that a water park could be in there somewhere. All eco-friendly, of course.